Been a few hours, but it felt like days. Only been days, but it felt like months.
What's up YouTube? It's your girl Zoe and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be an unboxing kind of review of my new camera. So a lot of my videos, including like what I'm filming on right now, have been filmed on an iPhone. So everything I've posted this year is my first two videos, I think, were filmed like on my 14 Pro Max, and then I got a 16. So this is going to be filmed on a 16 Pro Max, but literally all of my videos before this have also been filmed on my iPhone. And a lot of people kind of like downplay the quality of an iPhone, but iPhone cameras are good. Half the time you pay more for an iPhone than you do for a regular camera, and the iPhone camera works just as well, you know? So I don't want people to think that you have to invest $800, $900 into a camera when you have an iPhone. If you have an iPhone, press record and just record. Like a lot of my sitting down videos I film on my back camera. My vlog videos I do with the front facing camera because I like to see myself. But other than that, the iPhone works just as well as any other camera. I used to have a Canon a while back, and it had got damaged because we went to the Bahamas and it got like salt water and stuff in it. But I loved having the camera strictly for the storage purposes. My phone is always running out of storage. And it's because I also use my phone for a lot of other different things. So storage goes like this, but with the camera, it's like that storage is strictly for your content, and it's so much easier to transfer that to like a hard drive, all that good stuff. So you don't always have to have a camera, but I wanted to invest into my quality a little bit more. My phone was giving me storage issues. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get a camera, have a little bit higher grade quality, but you don't absolutely need a camera to start YouTube. But in today's video, we're gonna go over the differences in like comparing an iPhone 16 to the new Sony EV-10. So this is how the Sony EV-10 looks like. I did get it with the lens that it comes with. There's a lot of different lenses you can get for your Sonys, but I just got the one that came with the Sony EV-10. I haven't really tried it out yet. This is gonna be my first time actually seeing how it does in video form, and then I'll probably do a vlog with my first time using it as a vlogging camera as well, and I'll post that so you guys can see. So this is how the gorgeous beauty will look. Like, look at her. The screen on the back flips to the side like this, so you'll be able to see yourself whenever you're using the camera in the front, which is what I really need because I like to use the back camera on my phone, but I'm not always able to see how I look. So I have to keep pausing and going back to make sure that I'm in frame and how everything is looking. So it's just a lot more work than having a camera. Now, one thing I can say about this compared to the Canon that I absolutely loved with the Canon is that this screen in the back actually flipped upwards. So when I was vlogging, I was able to see my face at the top rather than having to look to the side. So I feel like I'm gonna have to see whenever I'm vlogging how it works. But I feel like when I'm vlogging, because the camera is coming out to the side, my eyes are kind of going to be glazing to the side of the camera rather than looking directly at the lens or somewhere in the middle because the screen is not at the top of the camera, you know? So that's one thing I really loved about the Canon, but I just wanted to try something different. And I also love that the Sony came with this little wind guard. That's one thing that I hated with the Canon. Whenever we're vlogging on like these travel videos and doing stuff like that, the wind in the background was so crazy, and I would always have to try to fix it during editing, and it's just a lot of work. So I love how this has that little wind blockage thing, so it won't be as intense with the wind. So I love that feature. This is how it will look with the little thing off of it. She is so cute. I kind of have already played with the settings a little bit. I need to still play with it to see how it does in actual video format, which is what I'll do before I put this up there, and y'all can see the difference between me filming on my phone right now and then me filming on the Sony. It literally came in the box just like this with the lens on there and everything. I had to do no installing besides putting like this little wind guard on there. It also does come with like this little strap to where you can strap the camera around you like this. That way you don't have to like hold it all day or whatever, especially if you're traveling, vlogging, doing all that stuff. It's much easier to have it on you rather than just holding the camera. Now, I did order a little bag case for it because I thought this will be so cute to travel with and bring along with me whenever I go places and want to record. You also can just get a basic case off of Amazon and like have it around it, They come in different colors, which I see a lot of people do, like the pink. But this camera is going to be used by not only me, but also my boyfriend. So I didn't want to do any colors and make him feel awkward when he's using the camera. So I'm just going to keep it black like this. And then we have this little bag that I'll bring around with it, and I can just put this in here, and it literally can fit everything. You can fit your tripod in here, all of your batteries, your memory cards, everything like that. It has little pockets on the side right here. You can stuff some things in. It has another pocket in the front where you could stuff some more things in. What I really, really love about it is that this bag is water resistant. Y'all did hear me say earlier, my Canon broke due to water damage. So if I had this, I would not have to be buying another $800 camera. But I didn't. So this is water resistant, and another great thing about it is that not only is it water resistant, but it also comes with a bag to cover up this bag in the rain. So all you would do is like slip this little shower cap looking thing over the actual bag, like so, and like it'll protect it even more from the rain. So I'm like, that is perfect if we're ever out and about and it starts pouring down rain. Even though the bag is already water resistant, it literally can become like waterproof with this bag over it. And all you do is fold this little bag back up, and you'll stuff it at the bottom in the little compartment that it comes with, and it has a little Velcro to Velcro it back in there. And then these little clips down here are to hold your tripod, so you can compress your tripod down there and just slide it in at the bottom, and you're good to go. So I feel like this was a great accessory to have with the camera. It has little pads and stuff inside, so if you drop it, it's not gonna damage anything inside of the bag. I did get this little, I guess it's not a tripod, but like a vlogging stick thing. I know a lot of people get the ones with the buttons and everything, but this camera was already $800, and I was kind of on a budget, so I'm like, I'm just gonna start with this and eventually upgrade it to the one with the record button and all the little things. This was like $15, $20 on Amazon. This will work just as much, and I could just press the buttons on the camera. So all you'll do is screw this into the bottom as so, and then it has a little rotating ball up here, so you can point the camera any which way that you would need, and you can tighten it up with this little thing here. And then what I love is that it extends, so you can just push it up and it can go a little bit higher, and then you can also open up these legs and you can sit it wherever you need to sit it, or you can just close it and hold it like a vlogging camera, like that. So I'll link everything in the description that I got today, this bag, this little tripod thing. And I got this camera directly from Sony. That was the cheapest place I found it. Amazon hikes up the prices. Every other website hikes up the prices. Sony was the best place to get it from. Then if you sign up for the little membership thing, you can get $25 off your first order. So that helps a lot too. So I will link everything that I got and where I got it from in the description. Okay, so now I think it's time to see the quality of my camera right now versus the quality of the Sony. So let's get right into it. All right, guys, so I am now filming with the Sony EV-10. What do you guys think? I did play with the settings a little bit, and I'm going to kind of go over the settings that I did play with. So this was the phone that I was filming with earlier. This was my iPhone 16 Pro Max, in case people thought I was lying. So I'm going to just go over some of the things that I was playing around with as far as settings. So these are the settings that I kind of learned about just for whenever you're filming a headshot video. So a video like this where you're just sitting and it's strictly like your head. This is the settings that I went over with, because I feel like the settings for vlogging and stuff would be a little bit different. So the first thing that I changed was my shoot mode. So I made sure that my shoot mode for the camera was on manual. You can also play with all of these settings. If you hit the FN button on the back of the camera, it'll bring up all of the settings for your shoot mode recording thing. So the majority of everything that I change will be there except for a few things. So I also changed the resolution and the frame rate. So whenever you get the camera, I think the file format is set to film in HD. I just changed HD to 4K. And then also you can choose like how you want your video to be framed, like how many frames per second, that kind of thing. So I think the highest one they had was 30 by 100. Or you could do 24 by 100, or you could do like 24 by 60 or 30 by 60. Obviously, you will want to do 100, but for some reason with the memory card that I have, it said that it's not compatible to record in like the 24 by 100 or the 30 by 100. Even though I spent $40 on this memory card to get 512 gigs, and it's still not compatible for some reason. You need some type of U13 memory card. I don't know, but I'm going to see the quality whenever I go to edit. I'm pretty sure filming in the 30 by 60 or the 24x60 is just as well. So then I also did change my shutter speed. You just have to use the little wheel on the back of the camera, and I put that to 50. And then I also dialed in my ISO. And then the last couple of settings that I played with was just lighting. I messed around with the white balance, with the autofocus, with the temperatures, all that stuff, just to get the best lighting that I could get with where I'm at. I do have a ring light up right now, and then I have some natural lighting coming in this way. So just kind of played around with those settings just to see what I could do with the lighting, because I don't really have a lot going on in my space. So I wanted the camera to give the best quality as far as color, exposure, the white balance, all that good stuff. So you can always play around with those settings yourself, because it's probably going to be different depending on your light setup and where you are. So those are the only settings that I really mess with. Everything else I left as is. And like I said, when you're vlogging, these settings might be a little bit different. But this Sony camera has a bunch of settings that you can play with, and I'm pretty sure the more I use it and learn it, I will figure out what works best for me. But whenever you do get this camera, just know that you have a lot of different things you can play with and learn. Also, a few things that I learned about the camera just using it for a little bit is that the battery is not the best. Like, I literally played with settings yesterday, and it went from 100% charge to like 80 and like that. So it does go very fast. So I do recommend you buying some extra batteries, which I did. I bought like a little set. It comes with 3, and it has a little thing that you can charge them in. And then I also have the battery that came with the camera. So I have a total of 4 batteries, because I'm pretty sure this camera will go through batteries quickly, especially if you're going to be vlogging a whole day. You're probably going to have to switch out batteries as you go. So I highly recommend you getting some extra batteries. I will link in the description which ones that I got. And I know I mentioned earlier about the screen flipping to the side rather than to the front. It is not the worst thing in the world how I thought it would be. Like, currently I do have the screen flip to the side. So this is me looking at the screen to see how I look, and then this is me looking at the lens. So you can probably see like my eyes go back and forth, rather than with the Canon, I would look kind of up. So right now I'm looking at the wind guard that the Sony has, and that's normally where the screen for the Canon would be. And now I'm looking at the lens. So I feel like it's not too crazy going up and down looking rather than going side to side. But you can kind of ignore the screen on the side and look directly into the lens. You only want to use the screen, I guess, just to make sure the lighting's good if you're in frame. You can always just flip that screen back if you're filming a headshot video. That way it doesn't distract you. But when you're vlogging, you obviously want to see how you're looking consistently, because you're moving around a lot. So you might kind of glance at the screen every now and then, but I don't think it's a horrible look back going back and forth. That's just my opinion. Sorry to interrupt your video, but I wanted to go over a few things that I noticed while I was editing. So first thing being is audio. I was filming with the windscreen on indoors. I also had the audio level set to about 13 or 15, because that's what I watched on previous videos, and everyone recommended that that's where the audio level should be. And when I started editing, I sounded very, very echoed. I sounded far away. It sounded it wasn't distorted, but it just sounded very low and echoed. It wasn't like a crisp, clean audio. So I don't know if it was a user error, but I will still definitely be investing into a microphone, because I don't want to have to deal with audio ever again. I've been editing for 2 days, and audio has been my biggest hassle. So currently I am filming with the windscreen off, since I'm indoors, and I don't know if this will help or not. And I also turned the audio level up to 22. Maybe it's because I talk low. I don't know, but I had to make some audio adjustments, and I wasn't a big fan of it. So I will definitely be investing into a microphone. I recommend you do the same. And also just test your audio. I should have done that previously, but I didn't feel like going back and forth trying to test the audio. And I didn't think it would be an issue, because with the Canon, I didn't have to mess with anything with audio. Audio was always good. So I don't know. Hopefully this clip sounds better, since I played around with the settings a little bit more and I took that windscreen off. But besides that, I also noticed that the screen coming to the side of the camera is a very calculated move, because now that I want a microphone, if the screen went upward, I would not have any room to put a microphone, because the slot where the microphone would slide in is in the same spot where the screen would be, like on a Canon or something like that. So I definitely love that the screen is to the side now, because I'm able to have different attachments up there and it won't be in the way. And then also I wanted to talk about my settings. So my settings were what I wanted for that video. I wanted a very dark aesthetic. I wanted a low light, not very much exposure. So that is why I changed my white balance and all that stuff. Currently, these are my vlogging settings. So this is what I would look like if I were out and about vlogging. You can see it's way brighter, it's more color, all that stuff. So I changed it from manual shoot mode to intelligent auto mode. So this is automatically going to adjust the exposure and the colors and the lighting based on where I'm at, because obviously when you're vlogging, you're moving around, your lighting changes, all that good stuff. So this is how it would look, I guess, more in a natural setting. In the previous clips, I edited my lighting to look like that. So if you're going for that look, those are the settings you would use. If you want a more vlogging mode like this, just switch your shoot mode to intelligent auto and leave your white balance alone, leave all of the temperatures and different things alone, and just let the camera do what it do. But yeah, you can get back to the video now. So far, I absolutely love this camera. It's pretty easy to use, pretty easy to manage everything. It's just learning the settings and learning what they all mean and what it all can do. But besides that, the actual filming and usage of it is perfect. The Canon might have been a little bit easier to work with. The settings weren't as broad, so I didn't really have much to play with. So it might be a little bit easier for maybe beginner YouTubers. The Sony is like a next step up. You can have a little bit more things. But besides that, that is pretty much it for this video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it. How do you like the Sony EV-10 compared to my iPhone? If you do already have a Sony, how do you like it? What are some settings that you use? And then if you don't have a Sony, are you thinking about getting one? And if you do get one, come back here and let me know how you like it, because so far I love it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If y'all have any questions for me, drop them down below. And don't forget, everything I use in this video will be linked in the description. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe, give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Only been a few hours, but it felt like days. Only been days, but it felt like months.